Welcome to another episode of Teatime and Wanasa. I'm Sana. This is
Riham,
aka Riri. And today we're going to be talking about hair. We're continuing the conversation about self-love and self-care. And Riham and I both chose hair for our own particular reasons. So we're going to explore that today. Yeah. All right, let's get right into it.
So I think, contrary to popular belief, people think Muslim women who wear hijab do not care about their hair.
Muslim women say that though. Muslim women also say, I don't care about my hair.
Yeah.
You are covered.
Okay, so I fell for that. So I relaxed my hair up until I was 18. Okay, so from the time I was in elementary school up until I was 18.
Why?
It wasn't my choice. My mom just wanted it to be easier. She was like, oh, I heard about this creamy
crack.
thing.
That's what they used to call it, creamy crack.
She heard about this thing. She was like, all right, you know what? Let me put in your sister's hair in your hair because I'm tired of really combing through your hair. Let's make life easier for all of us, not knowing it's gonna damage your hair. And I know every black girl has the same story. My hair was down to here, but my hair was down to here and thick. And so then after she relaxed it, my hair was gone. It was brittle and breaking, and it was up to here. It was just it was horrible.
I wanted to relax my hair.
I'm so glad you didn't. What the heck?
I would walk past the aisles and I would see the girls in the box, and I'm like, I love her hair. It looked like a silk press.
Just for me.
Yeah, and I was like, I want hair like that.
I know, it's a dream.
My mom was like, hell
they
no.
they make you think your hair's gonna look like that, but then your hair falls out.
Okay.
So freshman year of college, I started wearing the hijab. So then I started covering my hair. I thought covering your hair meant you don't have to pay attention to your hair. Your hair is out of sight, out of mind.
Right.
So my hair was suffering, and then on top of it, I stopped using the relaxer because the natural hair movement was popping right at that time. So my.
All right. So your roommate.
Yeah, so my roommate in college, she stopped relaxing her hair, and I heard about this new natural hair movement that was popping off. So then I stopped putting relaxer in my hair, but I just covered it up again. So I was not watching YouTube videos the way I do now and learning what things to do to make my hair better. Because when you stop relaxing your hair is going through it. It's such a mess in the beginning, and you have to push through to finally love your hair and see your hair for what it really is. But I didn't do that. I went for years and years and years, probably 7 years.
Wow.
Ignoring my hair, neglecting it, and I just covered it up, and I never thought about it. And then it was the beginning of 2017 when I started to go through this self-love journey. It was on purpose. I was going through things. I was okay, you know what? Let me start doing things that make me feel good. First of all, I didn't love my hair. I was just I've gotten to such a point where it was so dry and brittle.
Yeah.
I have spent no time on it. So I was let me start off by trying things out and taking care of my hair. And it really became a part of a journey that stuck for me. It wasn't something I did every once in a while. It was obsessive. Every weekend I would spend hours just trying things out on my hair. I still do it till this day, but it's fun for me.
Okay.
I don't spend the same amount of time because I've learned how to shorten
researching what works for your hair. You do have to go through a trial and error process.
I still have a love-hate relationship with my hair. It's nowhere near where I want it to be.
Right.
But at least now I know what my real hair texture is. I never knew.
Isn't that crazy?
I thought I didn't have a curl pattern. It was really because my hair was just dry.
That's crazy.
And then when I started moisturizing it, I'm wait, I have a curl pattern, and it started to pop.
Right.
And then I started to. There's still I think the love-hate journey is actually between hijab and natural hair. The two just don't mesh together as well as I want them to, because your hair's curly. And then
I just don't think it's explored enough. And people don't talk about it enough.
I'm trying to figure it out. That's the rough patch I'm going through right now is trying to figure out how do I still embrace having curls under hijab.
Right.
But I'm figuring it out.
So how do you feel covering your hair made you love yourself more?
Because I started doing it for me. In the beginning, I was just covering my hair, and I'm nobody can see it. I don't really take care of it. But that's it's such a backwards mentality. The whole reason to cover is not because you don't look great underneath. The whole point of covering is because you're doing it for yourself, right? You want people to see beyond your exterior, what you look like on the outside.
Yeah.
So you should feel good about yourself on the inside. Even if my hair looks great underneath and I cover it, like I'm like, at least I know. Like it makes me feel good knowing I look good under here, so then that makes me feel good.
And that's very empowering because you realize I don't care what other people think.
It's not about what other people think.
Yeah, because you're not getting validated every single day. Oh, your hair looks good. Oh, your curls are popping.
Like I'm the only one who knows if my hair looks good. That does feel good to me.
I love that.
Yeah.
Do you think people perceived you differently when you had like relaxed, cute hair versus now nobody can see your hair and you identify as a hijabi?
So before I started wearing the hijab, so my hair was relaxed, but like I would wear it curly sometimes. So people knew like I was like, they knew I was black, right?
Right.
And they perceived me differently. Actually, it's funny. I started wearing the hijab, and then I won an award. I was a part of this like camp, like thing at my university, and they gave everybody like superlatives, and I got best curly hair. And then like, I started covering my hair like the next day afterwards when they gave me the award. But like it was like literally like overnight, I went from being black to Muslim. Because like nobody's really seeing they're judging your identity based on your exterior, right?
Yeah, what you look like.
Yeah, what you look like. So they were like, you're black, and then now all of a sudden I'm just Muslim because I'm covering my hair. Right. Nobody really thinks about my hair texture or like anything like that. They just look at the scarf now. It's always something that's on your head. I think that's the whole point. People seem to care the most about what's on your head, and then that's kind of like how they judge you.
Right. And that's crazy.
So let's go to you, Sana. I mean, you definitely went through some major transformation.
Yeah.
I love it. But tell me a little bit about how has cutting your hair made people perceive you differently, or has it even made people perceive you differently?
No, it's definitely made people perceive me differently. I think, for a long time, hair was a part of my identity, whether I wanted it to be or not. I was known kind of for my hair. Long, curly hair. Yeah, that's just it. Just kind of
racially ambiguous.
Racially ambiguous, and it helped me navigate some spaces a little bit easier because when people don't really know who you are, it's like I don't know. It's just easier to fit in certain areas.
Like you could literally be Arab, you could be South Asian, you could be African, Ethiopian. It doesn't matter.
And that was kind of the thing that was part of my identity that made me, I think, explore the fact that I was black and Sudani and made me want to put that in the forefront because I know that I look like I could be different things, but I wanted people to know what I was as soon as they saw me. Like I felt like me being Sudani and me being black was a big part of who I was and a big part of the reason why I love myself, and I need people to see that and understand that. But cutting my hair, I think for a long time I didn't like the fact that I internalized a lot of the reasons why long hair was beautiful. And for a long time I always wanted a pixie cut. I always wanted to cut my hair short, but I never felt like I was brave enough to do it. And part of that reason was fear, and I wanted to be able to tackle fear head on. But also I realized that I internalized these Western beauty standards and I hated myself for that. And I wanted to be able to liberate myself, like I no longer wanted to succumb to the idea of what society feels is beautiful.
Yeah.
So I just cut it. And obviously, I didn't want to make it a conversation with my mom or with anybody really.
But it became a conversation. Everybody felt like they could make a comment about it.
Everybody had a say in my hair. I mean, like, when I cut my hair, my aunts back in Africa were like, I can't believe you did this. And it's like...
It's breaking news.
Right. I was like, hold up. I thought this was my hair. Yeah. I thought this was my body. I didn't know you guys were so invested in my hair. And they even went as far as to be like, well, how are you going to get married now? And I'm like,
oh my God.
That's crazy.
Get out of here.
That's actually crazy that you think that I'm
you just
no
killed
longer...
your chances. You're not attractive anymore.
No, my market price went from here to here.
Can you tell that one story? I just love hearing that story about if you're comfortable.
Yeah, no. So I went to some wedding and some Sudani aunties like trying to get me married to some guy. She introduces us to each other and I'm like, I'm not about this.
Yeah.
Like, you're not cute.
You're not cute enough for me.
But she was literally like, speaking to him, she's like, I know what it looks like. AKA, right, like, she's bald-headed now. But she was like, I swear, like, she actually said that. She's like, I swear she had in front of me as if I wasn't even there.
She doesn't think it's like an insult. She's like, wow, this girl really must be broken inside and feels so ugly, so let me bring her up a little bit.
Yeah, she was like, I know what it looks like, but this girl used to have long, beautiful hair. I'm actually in disbelief. I can't believe she cut it. And he had the audacity to be like,
say?
oh, well, if you had long hair before, like, I'll wait till it grows back.
Oh my God.
T. What? I will never wait for you. You'll be waiting for the rest of your life.
Yes, I hope you're watching.
For the rest of your life. Because it's a hell no for me. Leaving that reminded me of why I wanted to cut my hair in the first place. So I was like, we have to fight these.
You know, it's kind of like hijab. You know, like whenever a girl with like pretty hair covers her hair, all of a sudden everybody gets mad at her. They're like, why? You just killed your chances of ever finding a man.
And it's actually so disgusting.
But it's not about you.
It's not at all.
Or even if you stop straightening your hair, you start relaxing your hair and wearing it natural, they're like, you just killed your chances of finding a man. No man's gonna accept you looking like this.
It's wild to me that everybody's invested. And here's the thing that made my haircut sometimes offend people or feel like, dang, I can't believe that you would do something like that. Because you come to a point where this person is now offended or bothered by the fact that I cut my hair. Two things. One, either this means that they've also internalized Western beauty standards, right? So now you have a choice, and this challenges their beliefs. Either you choose to unlearn the fact that you've internalized these things, or you choose to conform. And both of those things are difficult, right? Why is the way that I look bothering you so much? You have to sit and pause and think about that. Because I'm not bothered, I'm happy. And that's the other thing that bothers people. Like, how dare you have a choice in keeping your hair long and short, and you chose to keep it short, and you like it?
It's beyond me.
It doesn't make sense to a lot of people. But I found that I'm my happiest now. I feel more myself. I feel completely liberated.
I can tell you're more yourself now.
You think so?
Yeah.
Thank you. Because I really feel like that. And I just feel a lot freer. Like, once you start to be proactive about unlearning some of the things that the world has taught us about beauty and how to love ourselves and how toxic they are, and we don't even realize it, especially part of Sudani culture, like, I think it's been such a freeing journey for me. I've felt a lot better about myself. And I really do, like, you know, people say, oh, I don't care what people say. I really don't, because now I have to listen to what people say, and I have to choose how to react. Before, everybody was like, you have great hair, you look good, whatever. And now I'm hearing negative things.
Now that love for yourself has to come from within.
From myself.
Because you're not hearing it from everybody else.
Yeah, I have to validate. Yeah, I have to validate myself, and I have to love the way that I look.
That I've really made it a part of like my nightly routine, like especially Sundays. Like Sundays for me are self-care Sundays. Like it's a real thing I've started for myself.
Yeah.
Where I don't even like often make plans on Sundays because I like to spend time at home in front of the mirror. Something my mom told me not to do a lot growing up. I don't know, there's some stigma around looking at yourself in the mirror too much.
It's crazy. Like, why can't I love what I see in the mirror?
But they're like, just don't, you know, it's associated with being like into yourself too much and all these negative things. But like, I'm like, no, I'm trying to look at myself in the mirror to like understand myself better, understand my hair, skin, everything. Like just see myself with that makeup. Like we're running around all day and we're not really, I don't think we're really paying attention to ourselves.
No.
But I really think
it's a choice.
Yeah. And I think how I look on the outside makes me feel better about how I look in the inside. But it's more about getting to the root of who I naturally am, like what I was naturally born with. Like my hair texture is not going to change, right? Like I have to love it for what it is.
Yeah.
Like
you have to learn how to work with it.
Yeah, I have to learn how to work with it. And like natural hair is a beast. Like it is something that it's just really hard to like understand. Everybody's hair is different. Yeah. Like it's really not like clear, cut and dry like that. So it's kind of like I'm studying my hair and I'm like learning how to love it from like scratching it.
Scratch. Yeah. And I love that. That process is so, I don't know, to get to understand yourself on that level, I think it's beautiful. But for me, I think like from having really long hair that I have to take care of, deep condition, all of these things to now, I just wake up. I literally just wake up, a little water, slick down the sides, and like I'm good. But you know, I think it's just so beautiful that we're both Sudani, and even within my family, different hair textures, different hair colors, and to be able to accept your hair for what it is and learn how to work with it I think it's such a beautiful process. And like for me, I didn't know how it was gonna look after I cut my hair. I was afraid I was gonna look like a potato, you know. And I had to cut it different times. And I know you can relate to this too. But to find a hairdresser that is able to cut curly hair,
is really hard.
And to take it from long to pixie, like, and if you guys can see, but like my hair doesn't get curly until it grows out a couple inches. So the roots are like pretty much straight. And to have a hairdresser to understand that duality, the fact that I am black, but it's not going to be the same way you cut every other black girl's hair. It's a process. Like you have to find someone that you like. And so that was difficult too. But obviously, you know, we live in an area where it's pretty diverse, so I was able to find somebody, and I'm happy about that. But I've just learned to love myself so much more and accept myself for who I am, just because I've accepted all parts of myself. Yeah, I got a bald spot over here. Yeah, sometimes my hair doesn't lay right. Yeah, it may be this or that, but I still love it, and this is who I am. And
work it.
Yeah, I'm gonna work it.
Work with it.
I'm gonna work with it. I'm gonna put my best self forward,
and
I'm gonna enjoy the process and have fun with it. We've always been taught not to have fun with it.
It's not that serious. It's just hair. At the end of the day, it is just hair.
But it's also just not.
It's both.
You know? Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's just hair.
It is. It is just
work
hair.
with it.
And it's a small part. It's a small part of who we are, but it's also a part that stands out.
Yeah.
So.
But like India Ivory says, I'm not my hair.
I am not my hair. I'm more than that. So I've taken off the distraction, and you're gonna have to focus on me. The same thing with you, covering your hair, removing the distraction. You're gonna look at me for who I am. But obviously now we are perceived a little bit differently because of that. But it is what it is. So I hope that, you know, giving you guys some insight into our hair journeys made you guys reflect a little bit on your own hair journey, and I don't know, share with us, how do you guys feel about your hair and what you guys have been through?
You guys want to see product reviews? I mean, I'd love to do that.
Lord.
I mean, I have been through my fair share of products.
Riham is a product junkie.
Sally store in my
No, you actually do. I have cut down to one thing. I only use a leave-in conditioner, but if you guys want to know, I'll tell you.
Okay.
But yeah,
right,
stay tuned.
Bye.